Hey, everybody. How's it going? Looks like everybody's still coming in saying hello. Welcome everybody. If you're new here, my name is Rick Bailey, and this is the Foltz Bailey Model Railroad. This is where I come and hang out every Sunday night. Not every Sunday night. Some Sunday nights, I am a part of a team of guys that do the 8 o'clock track Sunday show every Sunday at 8 o'clock. There's usually one of us guys up here that do some crazy stuff in the model railroad community. We've got members who like to talk about trains. We've got members who do maintenance on trains. We've got guys that work on dioramas, and guys like me who do buildings modeling and stuff. I am going to toss up in chat the links to the other guys that are here in Sidetrack Sunday, so you can see their channels. And definitely go to them and subscribe to their channels and check out their videos and their live shows when they come up on Sundays. Everybody seems to be still saying hi in chat. Everybody welcome in. The little welcome message over there is going like crazy. That's awesome. I did see, who's the guy on the far left of the bright light? Yeah, that's me. That's my second monitor. That's the good looking version. That's my good side. So he hangs out over there. That's what Lynn wants to know. Who's that other guy? Yeah. So tonight, I'm not really sure where we're going to go, because I was doing a little work on the building that we were just working on Friday. And I got most of the stuff completed. And I've gotten some of the stuff put onto the building. I had a little trouble. Of course, this weekend was a little rough. I had the kids a couple of times this weekend. And I was trying to rush some things through just before this show went live. So some of the stuff still has some wet glue on it. But I'll show you all that, and I'll show you the things that I did. Tom Grassi says, hello, Rick, again. Yes, it hasn't been long. Also does a live every Friday. Yes, thanks, Bob. Thanks for bringing that up. It's not every Friday. It is every other Friday. So we just did one this past Friday. We'll have another one in 2 weeks. Hopefully, if all goes well. Who knows? I may get kicked off of here sooner than you think. But I'll tell you what, you guys did. I know most of you who are here and still coming in. There's a lot of you, including me, who haven't come to the show just to look at me. You guys are here to see Rita. So, did Rick just get out of the shower? No, I didn't. I didn't just get. It's funny you should mention that, Bill. I did not get out of the shower, but I was running around all day, and I did have my kids earlier this morning. And after I dropped the kids off, which was around 3 o'clock this afternoon, I was just loafing around and watching TV and just laying, on the couch. And I came here and I sat in front of the camera. And I looked at my hair and went, oh, crap, it was all over the place. I mean, it was like this, it was large. So I just quickly ran in the bathroom, threw a little water on there, put some mousse in, and, brushed it up just so I could look presentable for you guys. So, yeah, not fresh out of the shower. I'll do that after the show, because Lord knows I'm already sweating like crazy. So I'm definitely going to need one. Ray has a size 12 boot. Okay, that's good to know. Good to know. But anyway, like I said, you guys aren't really here to see me. You guys are here to see Rita. So let's go ahead and get the lady of the hour up here. Guys, here comes Rita. Don't you just love Rita? She excites me every show, every show. As I said, this is Sidetrack Sunday. And we're gonna do some modeling. My desk is a mess, which is normal for me. I did put I can get rid of that because we're not going to use that. I did get the lights on this time, and the microphone is working. So no issues with equipment so far tonight. Let's jump over to the schedule and just check out the schedule. I know we did this on Friday, but for anybody who wasn't here on the Friday show, we had John J2 from the Schuykill River Valley doing last week. I'm picking up on this week on the 14th. Next week is going to be Bob from PK&W Model Works coming up on the 21st. And then bringing up the end of June on the 28th is going to be Ray Boebel over at the Boeville and Newtown Railroad. So definitely, again, guys, check out those links I put up in chat. Those links are also in the description of this video. So definitely check that out, and you'll be able to get to their channels and subscribe and watch some videos. We're going to jump over to the participants tab and see who's here. Big list, or maybe not a big list. Let's go through the list and we'll find out whether it's a big list. Again, guys, if you don't see your name over in this list, this is a list that comes directly from YouTube. So that means you either haven't said anything in chat yet, or maybe you just haven't said anything in a while. YouTube does tend to delete people off of there who are kind of idle and not chatting. So definitely, if you haven't said anything and you don't see your name there, say hello so that I can greet you and say hello, and everybody in chat can know that you're here and spark up some conversation. So at the top of the list, we've got Bill Hawk 65. Welcome in, Bill. Chuck Schreiber is here. Dave from DB Tech is in the house. Mike over at Deep Run Railroad, Mike is here. Dwayne from the Dwayne's Fork and Spoon is in the house. James over at the Dundas Junction Model Railroad is here. Of course, I'm here. That's that guy in yellow. JD is in the house. That's Grandpa Rails. Joe Rader from the Black Rock Central is also here. Lynn McCurdy with the super long railroad name is also in the house. Bob from PK&W Model Works is here. Mike Rail Artist is in the house. Ray Central is here. Ron Moen is in the house. John or J2 from the Schuykill River Valley is also here. Wigwag Workshop, or as I call him, 3Dub, is also here. And bringing up the bottom of our list is Willow Creek Brad. Good to see you, my friend. And I see the chat is jumping around, so that means people are coming in or going out or one or the other. Canadian Locomotive Logistics is now here. Welcome in. Thank you for stopping in. I don't see Ray Boebel is here. Nice for you to jump in, Ray. Good to have you. Santa Fe Bob is here. Good to see you, my friend. I think I got everybody, and if I missed you or I didn't get you, I'm sure the welcome message during the show is going to say hello to you as well. So we'll jump from there. We'll go over to side cam here. One thing I do want to point out, if you guys notice over there in chat, there are some guys, some users over there whose names are in the bluish, purplish color, and they've got that little shield around them. Hey, look, see, there's Kyle Stevens. Welcome in, Kyle. Good to see you, my friend. So those guys that are in blue, they're my moderators. They're here to keep me on track, which almost usually never happens, but more importantly, to keep you guys in check. So if you do anything naughty in chat, they're definitely going to let you know. So keep an eye out for those guys. They're my police department for YouTube. So as I said, I was doing some work on getting those little parts. Now they're all off the spring except for that guy. I couldn't get him to work out because he's got this little prong thingy on the bottom, and I really didn't want to have to file that off in order to get it on the building. So I left him off, but everything else that we were working on is now on the building. There's the exception of one. I can't get one to stay glued on. Think I got to get some crazy glue to get it on there. It's a metal part, and it just doesn't want to seem to stick with the Aleene's glue. Rick needs 26 more subscribers to reach 1,000. Yes, while that is true, 1,000 is just a number. I was happy when I was back at 500 doing the Runaway show with Ray. That was so much fun. Thank you guys for everyone who subscribes and follows along and pays attention. Did I see Nathan DeLay is here? Good to see you, Nathan. I saw you popped in there. But yeah, hey, tell your friends, tell your family, tell the friends of your family that we're here and we hang out. And if they're interested in modeling or model trains, stop on in and, yeah, hit the thumbs up. And, yeah, Dave thinks it's a little exciting when you get to 1,000, but, in my opinion, 1,000 is just like 999. It's just one more number. So we'll have to see. Maybe when I get there. Ray says, finally hit 750. Have to see if it holds. Well, we're all rooting for you, Ray. Good job getting there, my friend. All of your videos and all of your lives are amazing, as always. And I'm not just saying that because you're a Sidetrack Sunday guy. I always value your opinion. We've got a Google chat between all the Sidetrack Sunday member guys, and you can always leave it up to Ray to bring either a good joke or some good tip or a side update to whatever project he's working on, and it's always fun to be in there. I just got to see the big boy yesterday. Awesome. We were, again, talking about that in chat today. I can't wait for it to roll through Philadelphia. I'm hoping I get to see it. I definitely want to get Grayson over there because he's constantly looking up the YouTube videos for the big boy and trying to watch it. So we'll get there. I'll be happy at 1,000, but I'd have to have a really big giveaway. You don't have to have a giveaway. I mean, just, it is what it is. Thank you all. Thank you for all the help to get to 1K. Need my watch hours now. Yes, guys, if you can, go over to Dwight's channel, look up his playlists, and find one of his playlists and just put it on play and go do some dishes or maybe the laundry or sweep the floors and just let his playlist run so we can get his watch hours up. Rick, someone told me that you can literally park at the baseball stadium because the team is out to do something else and you can park there to rail fan while you're at it to have your car parked. That would be nice because my understanding is where it's going to be, or where I think it's going to be, is the train tracks run just behind the Naval Yard in Philadelphia. I think that's where they're going to display it at. That's not too far from the stadium, but I don't think they're going to allow people to come into the Navy Yard. Just because it's an industrial area, and I don't think they're going to want the businesses in there being bombarded with all of the, the traffic of people being there. Lynn says he did one at 250 and 500. Awesome. Awesome. Big Boy will be on static display in South Philadelphia on July 4th, if you dare. Yeah, getting into Philadelphia on July 4th is going to be problematic. You probably could take some sort of mass transit, the SEPTA system, to get in there, but driving around in Philadelphia on the 4th of July is definitely going to be problematic. So we'll see how it goes. I have to pick up the kids early that morning. I would rather be up in Philadelphia earlier than that, but it is what it is. So I'll have to follow and see exactly how to get in to see the Big Boy, because it's not like there's no public access to where it is. It's literally just outside of the yard that's down in South Philadelphia. So it's not like there's a way to actually get there unless they plan on doing something to get people in. I would imagine, I would hope that they have some sort of shuttle service, because that would be the only way that I can think of getting people in there. You've got to cross over a bridge to get over the river to get into the Navy Yard, and that's not going to be safe for people to just be willy-nilly walking around on. So we'll see. We'll see. This low BP is getting to me, gonna hit the rack. Not a problem, Mike. Take it easy. Definitely health before modeling. So yep, it is totally public area, Rick. It's not though. Let me see. I don't know if I can share. Let me see if I can share my screen. Hold on, hang on a second. I know. Let me bring up. Yeah, I should have waited on that. Hold on. Let me do it this way. Give me a second, because I want to show you Google Maps of where this is. Go there, go there. Google Maps. All right, now let me move this. I should have been prepared for this, but I didn't know it was going to come up in this conversation. Man, I can't get to the right screen. All right, here we go. Let me just change the properties on this window to get to Google Maps. All right, here's Google Maps. Okay, so that's the airport. This is the Naval Yard, okay? And from my understanding, so over here is the CSX rail yard. There's no public access into this yard. Let me see if I can get rid of this. There we go. There's no public access into this yard. This is all unless they're going to allow you to get into here. This road, you can get onto Columbus Boulevard here. But there's no, I don't think you're allowed to get in here. I don't think this is a private road, but I know once you get down into here, and maybe you can, I don't know. You definitely can't get onto this road, because this is right by the, this is right before the airport. So I don't think they let you, I don't know. What I was thinking was, where am I at? This being the Naval Yard right here, you can get into the Navy Yard. And sorry, I can't see chat right now, so bear with me. You can get into the Navy Yard. This is Broad Street, right? So the train runs right through here once it comes out of the yard. What I'm thinking is, when you get into the Navy Yard and you come over to here, this is the only place that you can get close enough to see a track. This is the only place I could think of that they would park it, that they would allow people to see it. There's plenty of room around there for parking. Now, Nathan DeLay said that you can park by the ballpark, which is up here. So if you're parking up here, not that it's a long walk, but you're going to have a bunch of people who are walking there and then coming down Broad Street, is the only way that I can think of, because you cannot get underneath of 95 in order to see anything in the yard. And I know over here behind 11th Street, it looks like there's a little access road here, but I can tell you that's blocked off. You can't get through there to get into the rail yard. So I'm not 100% sure exactly where that would come in, but that's the only thing I can think of. Let me. Do you have a green screen? Yes, I have a green screen. The big boy is more impressive, and you hear a lot of sounds. Yeah. The end of Broad Street. Yeah, but the end of Broad Street The end of Broad Street is just a bridge. So unless it's going to be under the bridge, I mean, that's an active road, and there's no place for you to stand. I mean, I guess there are grassy knolls, but then here's what, so this would be the end of Broad Street once you get under 95. And again, there's the railroad, but you would be over top of the railroad. So you're not going to be able to get next to it. I mean, I guess people could stand here and maybe even over there, although that looks like there's a bit of trees and brush and stuff over there. But this is an active street. There's no real sidewalk over here. There is a bit of a sidewalk here. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but I don't know if that's a spot or not. Someone told me that when I was in the train, when I was riding it, that person was from Philly when I took the ride. Okay. Yeah, it's right where you were pointing. So that's what I was thinking. So that's inside the Navy Yard. But if they're not going to allow you to park in the Navy Yard, then it's going to be tough for people to get to the Navy Yard from, like, if the only place that you can park is the ballpark, that's a little bit of a distance to get there. So we'll have to see. All right, I did enough gabbing. I need a little bit of something to drink. League Island Boeville. Okay, so that's all right. One more time. Come on. Share screen. There we go. Okay, so once you get to the end of Broad Street over here, you're actually in the Navy Yard at this point. And then you would come down League Island Boulevard, and then I'm guessing you would either go in here or in here, and then wherever you're parking, the problem is this whole thing here is lined with trees. I've driven past this before, and you can't see anything over those trees. So unless they're going to allow people to go in here and over the crossing and maybe line up over here, there's no way for you to see the big boy on that track. Google Maps did a good job of getting some locomotives in there. This is a pretty big yard. I love looking at the Google Map pictures of this thing. It's huge. You can see all of this from 95 as you drive by. Every time we take 95, my son calls out all of the cars and all of the locomotives that he sees. Everything comes through here. Every classification that you can think of, from tankers to log cars, rail box cars, even the auto racks come through here. There's some more locomotives over there. I love seeing this yard. I wish there was a way to see this and rail fan it up close, but from what when I talked to Jerry, Jerry seems to know a bit about that yard, and he says there's no public access to get in there or take any pictures of. So sad, but I guess that's just the truth of it. So, all right, let's get to the building. I think I did enough talking about the big boy. When I was on the 2102, they slowed each train down at each different time. Yeah, but my understanding is this is going to be a static display, so the big boy's just going to be sitting there. My ship was there, not sure if it's still there. Heard it was being used as a target later this year. Yeah, Ray, I remember when you gave me the information about your ship, the numbers and the identification marks. I look for it, but it seems like they've stripped all the identification marks off of all of the ships. There are a few in there, but none of them carry any numbers or anything now. Intrepid Ave and Island Boulevard. Intrepid Ave and Island Boulevard. Oh, I closed it. Maps. I don't see Intrepid Ave anywhere unless. Oh, so here it is. There's Intrepid Ave and Island Boulevard. Yep. So right where I said. So it's probably going to be sitting right on that crosswalk. Yep. Cool. All right. All right, here we go. Okay, last that we're going to do on the big boy there. All right, so let's go down here to the droid cam with my dirty desk and all my tools. Actually, I can get rid of that because I don't think we're going to do that anymore. Ray Bertelson's in the house. Good to see you. Okay, so I don't want to move this around too much because things are still gluing. I did get the chimney put on the top. I did get the skid with the cinder blocks to sit on the dock there. Also, I was going through and I was putting on some of this trim here. I was thinking about coloring this white, but I thought with all the white that was around on all the sides, I thought that would be a little bit much. So I just left it that dark brown color. I put some there. I put some there. I got it on the two sides there and there. I still have to do up here and on the side right there. And I think that I'm done with that. And that would complete that building. I'm not going to put any on here because this is just a shabby little shack. So we're almost done. I think other than getting, I was trying to, I had a little hard time with this little vent here. Originally, when I started sanding it, I didn't think to sand it in that direction so that it could sit like that. And then when I started sanding it and I got it right, I'm like, wait a minute, that's just going to point right back into the roof. And that's not good. So then I thought, well, maybe I'll just move it up to the top of the crown, which I guess is where it's going to have to sit now. But this being a metal part, I think I'm going to have to crazy glue that on because it didn't stick with the Alines. And I guess that just doesn't work with metal. So I do have to put that on. I'm just going to leave that sit right there for now. But honestly, other than doing some weathering on the roof up here and the roof up here, I think we're done with this building. And putting a name on it, which, will come later. So I don't think there's much more that we can do with that. Did you have to modify the red chimney to fit the roof angle? Yes, actually I did. And here's a funny thing about it. I had to make the angle very steep in order to get it on the roof. So I started with my sandpaper file, and that really wasn't doing it fast enough for me. So I moved to a metal file. Now the chimney is resin. And the funny thing is once I switched to the metal file, it was going so quickly. I got to the correct angle very quickly. But then I realized that in the center of the chimney, there's a square hole that wasn't, I guess it was left out to conserve, resin, I guess, or whatever. But the funny thing is when I started working with the part and I'm putting it on top of the roof and I'm trying to get the positioning on the roof, I started seeing all of this liquid. It was on my fingers. It was all on the chimney. You can see there's some residue right there. And I'm like, what is all this stuff? And here there must have been some liquid resin that got trapped into this cavity that's in the center of the chimney and it never hardened. So it was really messy. I had to go wash my hands. It got onto my mat here, which I did wind up cleaning. It didn't get any of the paint off, but at least I got the sticky resin off. And yeah, that's that. I was surprised that came up that way. Where's the chain hoist? Oh, yeah, you're right. Dude, thank you. Thank you so much for reminding me. Yes, we do. I have it sitting right here, Joe. So let's do that. That'll be the final act of this thing. I do have to cut a hole in for this thing to slope down. So where's my knife? Oh, it's over here. I want to make sure that I get it over top of the doors. So I'm thinking like right around here is pretty much centered. So let's just make a little small hole. I don't know what's behind that, so hopefully it's just going right through. We're going to have to make a larger hole than that. There we go. And that would sit like that. Of course, that'll get glued down to make it straight. Perhaps I put it back a little too far. Maybe it should have been up a little further. You know, I probably could just trim that back. Let's do this because it's supposed to hang over the building, right? Not like in front of. All right, so let's just trim that back. It should go closer to the edge. I think the jig was off a little bit. I don't want to go too close to that angle, but it seems like I need to get a little more off there. That looks close. All right, so let's put... Hey, model train aficionado Chris, how are you, buddy? Thanks for stopping in. Good to see you. All right, I'm probably going to have to hold this for a minute. Now that I got a hole in my roof. I'm trying to judge from looking at the monitor to make sure it's right in the middle of the doors. And to not be crooked too. Just trying to get some of that extra glue off. Yeah, so there's the little hoist. And then all I got to do is feed the string. This thing did come with a piece of string. It's just thread, really thin thread. And that just has to go. I'll wait for this to dry, but it just gets fed through there like threading a needle and then just kind of hangs. And that's what they gave me as far as like a rope, I guess. So that I'll get that on once the hoist dries. I should have probably put it on before I glued it in. But yes, thank you, Joe, for that reminder. Someone hanging out the door would need to access the rope coming from the other side. Yes, that's true. But those doors are glued in right now, so I'm going to leave that as is. It is cracked. I may put a guy down here on the dock, but I've already... There's no platform up there for the guy to stand on. So putting a guy up there now would kind of be hard, but is what it is. And the back is covered. I guess I could try and peel this off, but I don't want to go through that really. And it is a background building, so I think mostly people are going to see it and go, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. That's nice. And then just pass on by. It is one of the buildings that I have that probably has like the most in accessories right now. Aside from the, what's that building that we did? The sheriff's office that we did years ago. A hoist for Amazon train deliveries. Yeah. Reminds me of a song. There's a hole in a bucket. Nice. Yeah, severe thunderstorms up here too. Yeah. 3 of the last 4 nights were warnings and watches. Yeah. Was just imagining where to place the pulley. You did good. Thanks, Bill. Appreciate it. Okay, so I over the last couple of days, I need to get this all cleaned up now because we're aside from that, you know what's funny? In this particular kit, I did get a lot of extra pieces. There's a lot of extra wood, but you can never have too much extras. So I'm not really complaining about it, but you did get a lot. So, I'm going to put all my instructions and everything away. Again, they do give you some signage that you can put onto the building. I didn't plan on putting any of these on. I might. I can't even read half of those to tell you what they are. These colorful ones I can. And again, this is the name of the building or the company that they tell you. It's supposed to be shaving and toilet products. So, but I'm certainly not going to make it that. So now everything in the box, that's all empty. Nothing else in there but that string. So we're going to file that in the done box. I do have another kit that we can get started. Rick is making us miss the World Cup match between Micronesia Country 34B and the Federal Dominican Republic of Turkestan. What was he thinking with this scheduling? Bob, I couldn't even tell you. I didn't even know they were countries. Where is their bikini watch? I'm a single guy. I'll take bikini watch. Bob, who cares about the World Cup? Not a fan of soccer. Yep. Wait, the tree has extra wood? Does Rita know about that? Nice. Thanks, Ray. All right, let me get some of this stuff just pushed out of the way. And let's take a look at this next kit that I think I want to get into. It's a smaller kit. It's not as big as that one. Again, it is a Foscale kit. You know what I do want to get to that we didn't do before? Butt wipe toilet paper incorporated. Yeah. We tried this one before. And there's no instructions for this one. This is from railroadkits.com. It's the Power and Light Company. I love this kit. I love this building. But there were no instructions for it. And there's even a little insert that says, where are the instructions? You can find them on the website, but it's not on the website. This was a building that they acquired. The laser cut they acquired from someone else, and they did not get the instruction set with it. So everything is just in the bag, along with all of these cool little extra doodads and some windows. And I know we looked at this before. They do give you this. They're not really instructions. This is more like IKEA. So this is where you put all the bracing. They did give you that. They have a bracing diagram. They give you I guess this is as close as it's going to get. So this is the little addition on the side. This is the clapboard edition, which is over here on this side. This is the upper tar paper walk-up. That's this here, this part up here. And then this being the main building. So this is kind of the blow-up of the whole building. And I believe that's about as good as we're getting. So they do give you some 3D. And that's it. Now we're back to the bracing. So that's it. Those 3 sheets. We could try this. My only problem is I'm not 100% sure how big this is, how it's supposed to be. I mean, it can't be bigger than that other one that we built before. So, I mean, I could try this, but it's going to take so what I was worried about was they give you the frame of it, and I don't have a problem with the frame. I can probably do the frame. It's like, you see, it's like IKEA. But when it comes down to like none of these, so the diagram has the pictures of the actual walls, which I could figure out. That's fine. But then there's these pieces. I haven't even opened this yet. There's these pieces like the door trims and stuff like that. There's no instructions on where to put those or how to put those. I think we should fiddle with, okay, so that's one option. I do want to get back to that. That's one option. The other one that I saw that I was really considering doing is this other kit by Foscale. They call it the, well, it says here, Palmer Ice. So it's like a little ice house of some sort. It's an HO kit, and it should be fairly easy. Again, a lot of wood, a lot of bracing. Let's open it up and just take a look at the parts, and then that'll tell us whether or not it's easy or not, I guess. Yeah, I'm that guy that sits at a pub and tries to peel off the labels off the beer bottle. That's me. All right, so Palmer's Ice House is what I was thinking about doing as the next build. Straightforward, 5 walls, and then a little outbuilding on the side there. They've actually got some real pictures of the build and the trim. Again, some some signs there on the side. I have many of these kits and lots of the fine castings back from when, yeah, building templates inside casting box. Yeah. So just that, and then a set of a 1-page instruction is all you get for this. But these are all the stuff. So there's a door. And it looks like they're supposed to be ice cubes, I guess. Possibly. They're not windows. Those are windows, but it doesn't look like I think these are just ice. And then of course there's a little chimney. They always include a chimney of some sort. And then there's something else that's in there. And I can't really see what it is. It's kind of locked in. Oh, maybe it's just a piece of, I think it's just a piece of the yeah, I don't think that's anything. I'm talking about that little tiny piece there that's stuck in the door. I think it's just from the molding of either the door or the window. But yeah, it looks like it's just a couple pieces. There's a ladder, some doors, and then there's 2 sets of walls, some acetate or what do you call that? And then tar paper roof. And then their little advertisement for YouTube. So that could be one. We could look at that, or we could try our hand at the other project. I'm kind of leaning towards maybe we should do the other project. I think that's going to get Rick is reading the chat, but not reading your comments. I'm sorry. All the kit's instructions are on the, yeah, but I don't think this one was there. Let me go look. Hold on. Let's go back this way for a minute. Where'd my mouse go? What was this? Railroad kits, right? Let me share this. We'll take a look at their website. Wow, that's very detailed. So all categories. Here, structure kits, HO scale. Now these guys I found at one of the trade shows. So here's the Franklin Electric. This is a PDF document. It's taking its time loading. Yeah, so that's just the teardown, the 3 pages of the teardown. That's what I just showed you. And then here, photo supplement. Come on. Hang tight. It's opening up on another monitor. This is an awesome building, though. I loved this when I saw it. I saw them at one of the shows at that were up at the one in PA. At the convention center. Same ones that that are down in, I can't think of the name now off the top of my head. Same ones that are down in Baltimore. Is it Ray would know. I swear I got to redo my computer. It has become so slow over the last couple of months. Just trying to open up this zip file is taking forever. All right, so the other thing is just a bunch of pictures of the actual kit. Let's do it. So this is the kit they built and the little diorama that they built. So nothing as far as like written instructions on what to put where, or those little fiddly pieces. So you would have to look and make sure that you're putting in all of those like door frames and things together, because none of that is there. And I remember sending them an email at one point, and that's how I got the information that they had bought this kit from someone else, and then they started producing it, but they never got around to writing instructions for it. And that was well over a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. I was still at the old place, at the old house. Okay, Bob couldn't get the photos to load, but that's okay. Greenberg, yes. Thank you, Ray. So the Greenberg up at the Philadelphia Expo Center. There you go. See, I knew I would get it put together. You have to be careful with railroad kits. A lot of the time The clapboard walls are cut upside down. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Yep, there you go. Bill Hawks, Greenberg and Oaks. Yep. Yeah, those walk upstairs are awesome on that side building. I think we're gonna do this one next. And we'll walk through it together. I mean there's no better way to do it than I think once we get the structure built, like this roof. Hold on, let's go back here for a minute. Look at this roof. I've never done a roof like that. So I'm not 100% sure how to even get that completed. And the funny thing is the stuff like there's no instructions for the stuff that's under the roof. I've never worked with a material like this. I know it's in there. It's not like you have to put this together. This isn't like, what do you call it? Like shingles. They cut this board for you like that. So at least that's a part that we don't have to worry about. But I'll have to look at to see when I open up this plastic bag if like I'm guessing that's the roof. That would have to be the roof. And I'm wondering if that cutout is there so that you can fold it into that. Looks like it's going into the shape of the roof. Look at that. That's pretty wild. So, yeah. So we'll do the bracing. Next week, we'll do the bracing. Or not next week, week after last. See, yeah, that's already in the board. That's the way the board is already made. That is a weird texture to feel too. It's like almost like cut clapboard. It's however, I'd like to know how they made that, to be honest with you. That's pretty amazing. But I don't want to open this just yet because I don't want to get it all spread out and crazy here. But yeah, I think we're going to put this one away and we'll do this the next time. That'll be the second build. And I think this this electric house, I think I'm going to leave it with that name. I don't think I'm going to change the name. So we'll put this away over here. What do they call this? Franklin Electric Power and Light. I think I'm going to leave it that way. Let's see. Did they give us did they actually give us a sign? No, we didn't get any signs, but I'm pretty sure we can just cut either the white one out or they gave us a pink one here. We could use that as well. The photo supplement is under the instructions tab and it's a zip file to download. Yeah. Are the bracing layout sheets template size? No. Oh, that's a good question. Are they template size? This looks like it might be that. Yeah, it's that. I'm going to say they are. You know what? Let's open it. How much time we got? We got 5 minutes before Dan's. Oh, yeah, guys, don't forget. I'm going to throw up a link to Dan's channel in the chat. He goes on live at 9 o'clock right after me. Don't forget to stop over there and see Dan and watch what he does live. He does some amazing work over on his channel, and we always want to support each other. There's that one that I was just looking at. All right, this one. This goes back in a box, so I'm not real worried about it. It's not exact. It's not exact, but it's close. So if I were to put that on the corner, it's off by maybe a half an inch. So it's close though. I'm glad you brought that up. This is an electrical repair shop, right? Not a power generation. That's what I'm guessing. But I don't know. It's called the Power and Light Company. And it looks like they made a little sign on the front, and that's probably one of those paper designs. So, but I would imagine it's got to be some sort of, electric repair shop of some kind. But that's what the frame will look like. So I say the next time we do this, let's open this guy up. I did try and do this once before, and I got intimidated because of the lack of instructions. But at this point, there's nothing that I can do that's going to go wrong. So I say we just have at it and get it done and all that. So we'll work on that in 2 weeks. Just to sit flat in here somehow, because I don't want to lose anything. Okay, that's the next project on the build. So got a couple minutes left. Keep going, Rick. Overtime show. Yeah. No, I would love to, but I don't want to take away from. Oh, Dan goes live on Fridays, not. Oh, that's right. That's right. Dan. See, I'm used to doing Fridays. Thank you, J2. Thank you. Rick, that building looks like a house converted to a repair shop. Yeah, it reminded me of like a two-car garage. A two-car garage that would have had, the steps up top. Originally, I was just going to do this building with the steps going up the side, and I was going to save these two side pieces, and use them as like a kit bash on something else. But now I'm thinking I just want to do the whole thing together, just the way it's designed. But yes, it looks like it was a two-car garage that was converted. So yes, James is on Monday. Definitely check out James's channel. He does a Monday night show. If we can all be just a little, I love these messages. If we could be all just a little more kinder to each other. You know what this reminds me of? And I don't mean any offense by it, but if you remember back in the 90s, Jerry Springer at the end of his show would always do that word of kindness and had these type of messages. And honestly, I didn't really watch the show other than for the fights, but his words of wisdom at the end were awesome. And it's stuff like this that make everything great, especially in this community. If we can all just be a little more kinder to each other than we are now, then all of us together can make the world a much, much happier place. I can't agree more, Ray. That is awesome. That is awesome. Feel free to put that up there at the end of every one of my shows. That is great. We'll highlight that every time. All right, guys, let's jump over here to the main cam. I am going to cut it just a couple minutes early. I don't want to get into this thing just yet because I think it's just going to, I got to stain the pieces. We got to brace it all. We might as well do all that together. I do have another kit that I have an idea for that I want to do that's down there on the workbench, at the bottom of the workbench there. I got an idea on, I'm just trying to finalize some of the specifics on that with Bob, and then hopefully we'll get to that. But I think this will carry us for at least a few weeks, and we'll go from there. I don't think that I have a July Sidetrack Sunday. I'll double check the schedule. So it might be you and I just doing on Friday nights for the next couple of weeks, but we'll see how it goes. With summer coming up, I know everybody's doing stuff outside. Everybody's got vacations coming up. So we know it's going to get thin around here in the next couple of months. So let's just, keep it in mind. Let's all stay together. Let's do our modeling together and keep it that way. Guys, thank you so much for staying here and hanging with me. I know we didn't get much work done, but at least we got a conclusion to the building that we were building, and now we get to work on another project. So thank you so much. I appreciate you guys all being here and staying with me and subscribing. Don't forget to thumbs up and yeah, share the links with everybody. We're going to jump over here to the outro, which I think is this button here. Guys, over there, you're going to see a link to one of my other videos. Down in the corner is going to be a link to one of my playlists. And then right below is that like, subscribe button. Thank you again, guys, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.